Okay, here we are, 24 hour, 29 minutes, 29 miles, 44 minutes, 258 watt hours per mile. That's pretty decent. Okay, so what can I say about this trip? All right, so yes, the Highland Lake stop sign did reach up and grab me, although there was a truck who was there kind of blocking that sign. Although he arrived, there was a period of time when the car could have seen it. Anyway, whatever, use accelerator, keep it moving. The magical Tesla traffic light, yes, it reached up. It tried to slow me down, and I used accelerator to keep the car moving. What's that? That's the answer to that, yes. For some reason, the traffic through Cedar Park was kind of slow. I was in the outside lane the whole way. Yes, it was painfully slow to be in the outside lane, but no problems, no interventions. Going up onto 183A. Wait, it did something before that. So on Loman Ford, as we're going through, I guess he was kind of making a lazy right curve. I'm just guessing. There was a car that came up kind of sharply on my left side, and when the car detected that, it kind of jerked right, but then quickly resettled itself. So that wasn't a problem. Anyway, going back to 183A, it seemed like it was turning kind of sharp towards the guardrail before it got to the ramp, but it wasn't a problem. So we had to wait for some traffic. I think it was the southbound traffic had the green light. So the car had to wait for that traffic to clear. And it was mixed. Some people were turning, some people come straight ahead. So the car handled that all well. We got up on the entrance ramp, and of course, following the typical Tesla strategy, it ran all the way down the entrance ramp till the white paint lines forced them to the left. I really don't get why we had that strategy, but it worked today. Like I said before, I mean, I always prefer, if there's a space open to the left, get into it and then go. But whatever, peace and harmony. If you'll allow me to do a little rant, you're paying a toll to be on this road. If you didn't want to go fast, you could have stayed on Bell Avenue, old 183. Would it have been slow? Yes, but I mean, when you get up on the tar road and you're doing 66 in the 75 zone, and people are doing 80, it seems like you're asking for an accident, right? You're just asking for it. Anyway, whatever, peace and harmony. I didn't see any accidents today, so that's the good news. Okay, so we get on to 183. Everything's running smooth. Okay, so I never remember the name of that Oak Street. But anyway, just a little bit east of McNeil. The all of a sudden traffic started going crazy. Now there was a warning sign saying that one of the exits up ahead, we were down to one lane. Okay, when I saw the craziness, I assumed that meant we were encountering the traffic from that already. I don't know that we were. In fact, once the traffic kind of cleared, it seemed like it was okay. But as a result of the traffic, I mean, people were going switching left, right, and I think there was even an exit, so they're heading for the exit. I just braked and tried to ride it out. Anyway, so that's where FSD was turned off. So about 3 miles, I think, from 24-hour FSD off. It turns out the two left lanes are closed. It was at Great Hills. Great Hills happens to be where I was going to exit. So rather than waiting for that exit, I go ahead and get off, get on frontage road, and cut across on, I think it's Duval. And so I managed to avoid most of all that craziness. Anyway, peace and harmony. From an FSD perspective, oh yeah, this morning's run's pretty good. I'm like I said the other day, like, what car is this? And just to confirm, yes, indeed, I am still on 11.3.6. I don't know why it's acting so differently, but it is acting better. Anyway, onward, upward. Let's see what happens later on this afternoon. Okie dokie, welcome to Walmart. 12 miles, 18 minutes, 338 watt hours per mile. And part is, yes, we're up on the express, so we were going a bit faster, but okay, whatever. It is what it is. So as usual, when I'm leaving 24-hour, I prefer going up Jollyville a ways before I cut over. So I went up Jollyville to Duval and used the frontage road with that FSD. And once I got on the highway, then I invoked FSD. Used the left turn signal to push him over to the left. At first, I was going to just stay in the inside lane, but then there was other traffic that was wanting to go faster, and there was room in the middle lane, so I moved to the middle lane. And for some reason, there was a car in the middle lane who slowed down, and I guess I don't know. I could imagine not wanting to go through the Lake Line exit because that traffic is horrible, but they went out the next exit. As soon as they paid the toll, they were going out the exit to Avery Ranch. And that seems like an expensive trip. But anyway, peace and harmony, not my problem. Other than they were kind of going a little bit slower than I expected for somebody's going on a toll road. Anyway, stayed in the middle lane most of the time. Perfect. Passed a transporter full of Tesla Model Ys. Honestly, not going to any place in Austin. I don't know where possibly out west somewhere. So not all those transporters are just going up to the rail yard. Anyway, peace and harmony. So coming up to 1431. At first, I thought the car was going to stay in the outside lane and do the fork, but then it decided no, I want to do the right turn lane. There was a white Lexus that was coming up to some extent. Fortunately for FSD, that Lexus did not force the issue and gave FSD the room he needed to get over. I mean, that's why you take the outside lane and do the fork, because then you're set up to do your left turn. If you go in the right turn lane, then you have to depend upon somebody letting you in. Fortunately, most of the time, there's not too much traffic, so it's not that big a deal. But in this case, I mean, if I was driving a Lexus, FSD would have been able to get over, because I would have come up and blocked him. Not that I intended to block him, it was just like, okay, you said you're going that way, I'm going this way. Win-win. And you wouldn't know that you got blocked out until I'm already next to you. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. Interestingly enough, the Lexus, when we turned, we went to the outside lane, which is not proper, but whatever. I mean, FST's driving, right? I'm going to blame FST for it. I'm going to blame Elon. Okay, whatever. I mean, I can always take everyone anytime I want. I just thought I'd let him ride with it. Anyway, so we went to the outside lane. The Lexus stayed in the middle lane. And but he just accelerated more than we did, I guess, because he ended up going in front of us. And I don't think he was going to any particular place. He just decided, you want to be in front of us, which is fine. Who cares? I mean, in this part of Cedar Park, all you care about is getting from point A to point B without having a wreck. That's the most important criteria. Okay, whatever. Crossing Bell. The car's kind of going like, I don't know if I want to go. Traffic for some reason is going slower in front of him. To be fair, I mean, he's waiting for traffic, but you know, when traffic's going slow and he has that buffer, he hangs back. That's just inviting more people to cut in front of you. But I mean, I have it set to average, so that's the way it is. Okay, whatever. It pulled into the Walmart parking lot. It looked like it left room, come to think of it. It left room if there was a car that had me coming out. But at the same time, he's kind of, every time he encounters a car in the parking lot, it's like, oh. What? They're in their lane, you're in your lane, there's no problem. Oh, they might. It's a human driver. Oh. Okay, whatever. You have a point, but you have to trust him to some extent. Okay, whatever. He's enormous. So we arrived. No big deal. Except for the part where I didn't want navigation or FSC navigation to work against me. FSC was on, FSD worked great. Other than, of course, the few things I said where I don't like the way he did it, but it worked. So whatever, he's an army. All right, sorry about that. I stopped, took the groceries out. When I moved the car in the garage, it zeroed out current trip. So it's gone. So anyway, I can tell you that the total trip today is 59 miles, used 16 kilowatt hours, and the average energy use was 279 watt hours per mile. That tells you some places were pretty high energy. Okay, whatever. I've already previously confirmed I'm on 11.3.6. Okay, so leaving Walmart. In the parking lot, I was able to invoke FSD. I'd already backed out of the space, but I was able to invoke FSD. FSD took me out of the parking lot. They kind of hesitated when it came time to go onto the street. Just give it a little acceleration and it goes. Decent. All right, so coming out of Walton Way to turn right onto FM 1431. There is a spot, and if you've heard my previous videos, you've heard this before, but obviously Tesla doesn't get a clue. All right, it's wide enough for 3 lanes, but 1 lane turns left, 1 lane turns right. What do you need a 3rd lane there for? You don't. So they marked off that outside lane. You're not supposed to enter it. However, California road rager shows up and says, oh look, there's a space over there. I'm gonna go that way. Okay, like I said before, the car in front of me is going to turn right. He's in the right turn lane. I'm in the right turn lane. I'm in the legal right turn lane. So if that car in front of me turns right, as I would expect him to when the light turns green, that means if California road rager floors it and goes through these slashed lines, he's going to hit that car. Why? I mean, I'll admit that when I first encountered it, I didn't realize what I was doing. I was really kind of following another car. But as soon as once I realized what was going on there, I didn't do it anymore. Okay, but FSD and Tesla have no clue. It's either that or they're being callous about what they're doing. Right? Are you ignoring the law, or are you just too stupid to know it? I don't care which one it is. FSD off until I can get around the intersection. FSD back on. Okay, somewhere along here, is that right? No. Actually, yes, it is. Okay, so somewhere along here, FSD, I'm in the middle lane. The outside lane is a right turn only at Baghdad, which is coming up shortly. Okay, or not too far away. Anyway, FSD turns on right turn signal. I click it off. Okay, and it settles down. But today, California Road Rager is desperate to turn right for no reason. No reason. Come on, Tesla. Then again, this is what I expect out of FSD. Or FSD 11.3.6. I fully expect this behavior. Okay. So, 50 feet from the intersection with Baghdad. All of a sudden, FSD throws on the right turn signal and starts switching lanes. Why? Did you talk navigation? Yes, what navigation say? We're going on FM 1431 to Loman Fort. Then why are you turning on Baghdad? Because it's cool. Okay, I don't really know what Tesla and FSD are thinking here, but there's absolutely no reason. Now, on top of that, you might say, oh, well, it's just a little mistake. No big deal. Come on, dude. And we promise we're going to smooth out things later. Okay. Try to realize I'm on a public road. I'm coming up on an intersection. The people coming the other way, making a left turn, they have a flashing yellow arrow. They're allowed to go as soon as it's clear. I'm the only car holding back the next person in line. As soon as that right turn signal came on, they started going. Okay. So, please tell me, because I'm just a human driver. I don't quite get it, apparently. In the human world, where if a car turns left in front of you and you T-bone it, it's called an accident. Now, the cops might have an argument about who's at fault. Chances are they'll say both parties are guilty, unless there's enough witnesses who claim, no, he turned on his right turn signal, enticed that car to go, and then sped up and hit him. Either way, I don't care. Whichever way, actually. This was dangerous. It was an accident avoided by the human drivers. FSD and California Road Rager and Elon almost caused an accident. Now, you might say I'm exaggerating a little bit. Okay. You're right. There was probably enough space where the human the human drivers handled it? Yes. What would FSD was going to go right? How much you want to make a bet? He was going to say, oh, I got a green arrow. I can go. How much you want to make a bet? That's exactly what he was going to do if he did it. If I hadn't cut off FSD. Okay. What did I do last time? Yes. Okay. I'll grant you there was room for human supervision to take care of the situation. But it never should have happened in the first place if FSD was a reasonable piece of software. And what am I running on? I'm running on 11.3.6. That is basically anybody who gets FSD at this point gets 11.3.6. Only the advanced beta people and whoever they are. I mean, I know I've seen several videos, so I know who some of them are. But they're the only ones that get the more advanced changes, updates. Okay? Obviously, from the releases I've seen, it must not be stable yet for them, although they're bragging about how great it is. Anyway, peace and harmony. Today started out with so much promise, but sooner or later, California Road Rager has to come out and rage. He has to. And this is not the only time this afternoon. I don't believe it. Okay, whatever. Peace and Army. So once I get past this intersection and I deal with 3 heavy-duty dump trucks who are using both lanes, so one of the 3, he's going to make a left turn at Anderson Mill eventually, and that's what opens up the lane, right? I mean, it's just how it goes. Okay, whatever. So after Anderson Mill, FSD comes back on. Traffic is, relatively speaking, not so nuts. I mean, are there people who are in a rush to get somewhere? Yes. Are there people who kind of wandering around lost? Yes. But this is all normal stuff. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, whatever. As I'm coming into the east side of Jonestown, it appeared to be a lady driving a Camry who wanders across our dividing line several times. I don't know why. Maybe she didn't think I would go speed limit up a hill. I don't know. I mean, whatever. It's just nuts. Okay. Sorry, I'm just very, very, very disappointed. But if you asked me to bet on it, I would have bet $100. At least at some point, FSD would do something like this. Okay, it's not a surprise. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Okay. Anyway, so going through Jonestown. Today, somehow, there's a handful of people who are actually going faster, and they stay faster. Okay, good for them. Get out of my way. Just keep going. Or get away from me, I should say, right? Come to the hill, come up to the hill, go up the hill. There's a handful of cars who are kind of in more or less the same speed I am. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Oh my goodness. Alright, so moving down the road, I'm behind a couple of vehicles that are close to my speed, but not quite as fast. But where are we coming? We're coming up on the Tesla Magical traffic light. Yes, I choose to put my foot on the accelerator and just accelerate through it. I mean, what else do you want me to do? I mean, if you're not going to do anything about California Road Rager and cutting across those slash lines on Walton Way, surely you're not going to do anything about the Magical Tesla traffic light at West Reed Park Road and 1431. And you know what? They could just get out from the factory, take a drive up here. Come on, he drives all over Austin. This is a little bit far out for him, yes, but I dare you go through it. I dare you to experience it yourself. Come on, man. You know? I have no doubt that some of the stuff I mentioned before, somebody drove through it and said, oh yeah, that's a problem. They fixed it. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Okay, Magical Tesla traffic light. There's I'm coming up on a pickup in a car. They're in the outside lane. I'm in the outside lane. But I know that I'm going to turn left, so I go left. I start to go by them, and that's when they wake up and say, oh wait, I'm being passed by a battery electric vehicle. Oh, that can't be right. No! And one guy's like a Super Duty or something like that, right? No way. Funny thing is, he's actually going straight when you get down to Aluminum Ford. It doesn't matter. Okay, whatever. So he kind of does that kind of stuff. Okay, fine. while they're playing, there's another truck coming up who actually is going faster, and he's kind of stuck between these people who are playing games in the outside lane and me, who is getting ready to make a left turn from the inside lane. Anyway, at some point they kind of open up a little bit. He goes around, gets in front of me. Okay, fine, whatever. Go. Sorry, I want to make a joke, but it's not a joke. Yeah, please, fly up the road. Guess what? There had to be a deputy coming the other way. He must have been going a little bit slower at the point where that deputy came by. And there was a Lago Vista cop who came by as well. I don't know. It's just either they're not looking for speeders, or he was just under their limit. Either way, who cares? So coming down Loman Ford, twice he turns on the turn signal. Twice I turn off the turn signal. Now, I've already covered the fact that when you turn on a turn signal, people assume that means you're going to do something. And so they're confused when you don't. It's not safe. Come on, Elon. Okay, whatever. California Road Rager, he didn't go to navigation day. He just said, "Oh, I'll show you. I'm going to turn on the turn signal and turn now." Okay. Immediate brake, FSD off. Come on, man. Why? We're going down Loman Ford to turn on the Boggy Ford. It's the same as it's always been. Oh, and anyway, I left a message for him saying, I am not going down damn Dawn Drive. Come on. Anyway, whatever. It's not one of those where California Road Rager so desperate to get in an accident. Was there a car there? I don't think there was a car there, actually. But he's so desperate to go do this. Not that that's what navigation has down. That's not what I want. It's just this bit of software is just out of control. And Tesla doesn't care enough to go fix it in any way. Oh my goodness. Well, peace and harmony. Okay, whatever. Let's move on. So after I passed Travis Drive, FSD back on. Of course, now we're following slower traffic. What's the point of road raging down Loman Ford? Sooner or later, you can come across slow traffic. It happens. Right? So the pickup dude is, I'm going fast. Yeah, he's not going fast anymore. Okay, whatever. Right turn onto Boggy Ford. He's kind of jerky about it, but he makes the turn. At first he doesn't want to accelerate, but then eventually he does figure, oh, that's right, I'm in the 40, I can go. And so he does. Finally. I mean, he's starting to get that point. Oh my goodness. All right, so we're going Tesla magical speed zone. Yes, the car slows down to 30. Bump the scroll wheel back up to 40, because no cop who will enforce the law will pull me over for doing 40 there. You know why? Because it's a 40 zone. The signs say so. There is no 30-mile-per-hour sign. Like I said, it's magical. Okay, whatever. Of course, he does his right turn signal indicate he's going to follow Boggy Ford. He always does. I'm guessing navigation says, no, you're going to go right. No, you're going to go straight. Okay, you're going to curve a little right. It's not like you're making a big turn. That's confusing. But okay, whatever. I mean, that's how the software works. For some reason, the car is getting a little twitchy about going around some of the curves. No doubt, California Road Rager is really raging somewhere down under the surface, hidden by the rest of the FSD team. They had their hands full today. Okay, whatever. So we keep moving. The turn on American is okay. I mean, not great, but it was okay. And coming down Santa Rosa, well, actually there is a city ordinance against parking your commercial truck blocking the whole road. I don't know what that guy's going to do when school buses come through. Because that's actually, school bus has to call in, report he's being blocked by this vehicle. And then the police have to come out and issue a ticket. Now, any reasonable commercial driver who realizes what's going on will get their truck moved very quickly. They don't want to take a chance with that. Because what happens, they get impounded. They get fined. Okay, whatever. What it is there's a truck. For some reason, he's on the west side of the road. There was a pickup who's working with this guy. He's blocking the east side of the road. And right in there, where this guy is doing some kind of raking work, or whatever it is standing. Now, he moves out of the way, saying, oh, come on through. But he already knows, he's not supposed to be blocking the road like that. They should have moved the pickup over so that they would have been more aligned. That would have been safer, but then that's probably where the Bobcat's coming up, right? Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. That had nothing to do with FST. The point is with FST, rather than I didn't trust FST with it, I hit the brake, FST off, and picked my way through it. Now, could FST have handled it? Probably if Bozo over there wasn't walking around. FST probably would be like, I can't go through, there's pedestrian. Okay? Which would have been right. Okay, whatever, peace and harmony. All right, so stepping back, looking at Baghdad, where the car decided he wanted to be in the right turn lane to turn right on Baghdad. Now, why did I say that about that before? Oh, right. Remember, there's a car coming the other way who's turning left. And he went to go turn left as soon as that turn signal came on. You attempted to have an accident today. F.